Stir it up. I don't get to watch TV much anymore. You know, I just always have something going on, so I don't get to watch TV as much as I used to. But when I do get a chance to watch TV, my family will tell you that I absolutely love watching cooking shows. Like shows about food, watching people cook food. I love to watch these type of shows. It's something about it. It's just something about seeing these chefs get in the kitchen and create this awesome food. You know, just seeing them get their ingredients and preparing those ingredients and having the right portions and cooking them at the right temperatures. And sometimes when you look at the stuff that they're preparing and the stuff that they put together, sometimes it doesn't even seem like it should go together, but every single time, it just looks so good, and when you see the people eat it, you just see the delight on their face, and so we know it tastes good, so it goes together. I even love how they present it on the plate. It just makes it look so nice. It's presentable. It makes you want to eat it. And to me, when we look at what cooking is, I think cooking is art. When we're talking about a chef, I believe they're artists. Even right down, and we're not even talking to somebody who's trained to do this, but I'm talking about the mamas in the kitchen who cook a meal. Ain't nobody talking about just throwing something together. When we're talking about cooking a real meal, even the mothers or fathers who do that, that is an art, and that's why everybody can't do it. Everybody cannot cook because it is an art. It takes skill. It's more than just getting in the kitchen and throwing stuff together. It's way more complicated than that. And even though cooking may be complicated, it's something very simple that can make all the difference in the world when we talk about cooking. And it doesn't matter what dish it is, but usually it's across the board, and you can't leave it out or you can't half do it. And what that is, it's stirring things up properly. It's taking those ingredients and stirring them and mixing them together. But because what it does is it helps all the ingredients and spices, they get evenly distributed, and it makes it have that desired taste. That's why mixing is important. It ensures that when you mix these ingredients together, it ensures that the food cooks evenly. It doesn't burn in some spots and then it's undercooked in others. And when we look at stirring is sometimes the most difficult process in preparing something. That's a lot of times why you see people to get machines to do it. Because it's not difficult. Sometimes it's the longest, hardest part of the process of cooking. And stirring is important. And even if you don't cook, okay? Even if you don't cook, but you like to eat. That's me. I like to eat, and I even like to cook, but I don't like to clean up the stuff after I cook. But even if you don't cook, but you just like to eat, you know that when you take that salt and you put that salt on your food, you know that you have to then mix it up. Because if you don't, only one spot of that food gets the salt, and it's just not as good. So we know how important stirring is. You have to stir things up. It can make the difference between food being good or bad. But when we look at the importance of stirring, it just doesn't apply to food. It doesn't just apply to what we cook and what we eat. It is not the only thing that needs stirring in our lives. It is something on the inside of you. And I need you to listen to me on today. It is something on the inside of you, a special gift that has been placed there by God, and it needs to be stirred up. And this special gift, I don't want you to think that only special people have it. If you are a child of God on this morning, if you have breath in your body, God has placed a special gift or gifts on the inside of you. And what he desires for us to do is he desires for us to take these gifts, and he's placed these gifts on the inside of us to glorify him. He's placed special gifts on the inside of us so we can build and grow his kingdom and advance his mission here on earth. And what God's mission is here in this earth, it is to spread the gospel, to tell people about a Savior who hung, bled, and died on the cross for their sins. That is his mission, to spread the gospel. And guess what? Your gift that he placed on the inside of you, it plays a special part in getting the mission of the Father out to the earth. your gifts expose people to Jesus Christ. They allow people to see Jesus, and it leads people to Jesus. And your gifts constantly need to be stirred in hopes that eventually people's hearts will be stirred and they will choose Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. You need to stir up your gift. But so many of us, we've just let our gifts sit. We've just let our gifts sit, either because we don't know our gifts or we know our gifts, but we won't use our gifts. We won't use our gifts. But when I look around at our churches and I look around at the condition of our world, y'all, we can't afford to continue to just let our gifts sit. It is time for us to stir them up. Apostle Paul, where we were reading here in his letters to Timothy, in both of his letters to Timothy, he mentioned spiritual gifts and how important they are. Look at 2 Timothy 1:6. Look at what Paul says about spiritual gifts. It says, therefore I remind you to stir up the gift of God, which is in you through the laying on of my hands. Tells Timothy, stir up the gift, Timothy. Don't let the gift that you have on the inside of you, don't let it sit, but take that gift and do something with it. This is what he's telling Timothy. Do something with the gift that God has placed on the inside of you and stir it up. And that's the thing about God's gifts. God's gifts must be used. If we are going to reach the potential and maintain the potential that God has placed on the inside of us, we have to stir up our gifts. If we want to make the impact in God's kingdom and on this earth that we should, while we're here, you have to do something with what God has given you. We cannot continue to sit back and keep thinking, I'll do it later. We can't keep sitting back saying, I got time. It's like, man, I don't mean to say this, but people need to know this. You don't have as much time as you think. As a matter of fact, Jesus, he told us this. He told us to work while it is day. That's what Jesus says. It means that we don't have forever. We can't keep affording to just go through the motions and giving half effort. Because see, some of us, we have our gifts and we know our gifts, but we're giving half effort and we think that that's stirring our gift, but it's not. I came here to tell somebody that if you're giving half effort, you're actually doing more harm than good. Because if you're not doing anything with your gift, it's not making an impact. But if you're half using your gift on this morning, you half using your gift could put a bad taste in somebody's mouth. Can't keep giving half effort. Can't give him half effort. But then in the same breath, I hear people say that I want to make impact. We won't use our gift or we'll half use it. But I hear people saying you want to be used by God in a mighty way. You want to be like what you're connected to, your ministry and even the church that you're connected to. You want it to grow, but we're not using or stirring our gifts. And it does not work like that. And I need you to know on today that if you want the church that you're a part of to grow, if you want it to grow, if you want to have influence and you want to make impact, if you want to max out the potential that God has placed on the inside of you, you are going to have to use your gift. We can't get full impact with half effort or no effort. Doesn't work like that. We can't continue to sit back and expect to make impact. You have to stir up and use what he has given you. When you sit on your gift, the special gift that God has placed on the inside of you, it doesn't benefit anybody. Do you understand that? It doesn't do anybody any good. It doesn't do you any good, and it doesn't do people any good. So we can't sit on our gift. What God has placed on the inside of you, look, he didn't place it on the inside of you for you just to sit on it or for it just to remain on the inside of you. But he placed it on the inside of you so you can access it and use it. Because when that gift is on the inside of you, wherever you are, you can be in the church, you can be in the grocery store, you can be in your car, you can be at the park, but you can still make kingdom impact. Operate in your gift. Stir it up. That's what Paul said. Paul said to stir it up. And when you look at some other translations, instead of saying stir it up, it says fan into the flames. It says fan into the flames, or think about it like blowing into the flames. And if you have ever been around a fire, or you know anything about a fire, you know just how powerful these words are. Because when a flame has become low, it may still have logs, but it's just kind of burning down to just embers. If you fan that thing or you blow it, the flames come up. I remember my granddaddy, he used to always have a fire. And in that fire, he would have logs. Y'all, I don't know what kind of hands this man had. But I saw this man so many times take his hands and just reach right in the fire and move that thing around. But what it does is when we fan the flames or we blow into the flames or we move those logs around, what it does is it stirs it up and it gives it oxygen. And when that oxygen gets to those embers, the fire that was once dead will come back to life. If you fan it, what happens is it begins to roar again. And I'm talking to somebody on this morning. You have been sitting on your gift. And right now you need to let the breath of God breathe into the flames of your gift. Right now you need to let God move some things and shift some things on the inside of you so your gift can burn like never before. People need the fire of your gift. People need your gift to be stoked. There's somebody out there on the verge of suicide. They need you to stir your gift. There's somebody out there, they're looking for answers. They're lost. They're hurt. And they need you to stir your gift. The enemy, sometimes we say it all the time that the enemy's busy, but I don't know if we really believe it, because why are we not busy? He's busy stirring things up. He's busy. We always talking about the haters and those evil people. He's stirring up their gifts to cause confusion, but we won't stir up our gifts to cause peace. Somebody out there needs to be exposed to your gift so they can be exposed to Jesus Christ. Fan the flame. Stir it up. Stir up your gift. It's time for us to stop being just so lackadaisical and nonchalant when it comes to our gifts. We need to be about the Father's business. Your gifts, and I'm talking about right now, you need to nurture them. You need to sharpen them. And when it comes to your gift, you need to give it your all and throw yourself into your gift. This is what Paul tells Timothy to do. And this is absolutely powerful when we read and look at these verses. Look at 1 Timothy 4, verses 14 through 16. And I need you to listen. Do not neglect the gift that is in you, which was given to you by prophecy with the laying on of the hands of the eldership. Verse 15, meditate on these things. Give yourself entirely to them. He's talking about the gift, that your progress may be evident to all. Verse 16, look how powerful it is. Take heed to yourself and to the doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing this, you will save both yourself and those who hear you. Do you hear that? Paul tells Timothy, he says, do not ignore and do not neglect your gift. He's telling Timothy, you need to take the gift that is on the inside of you. He's saying that you need to take it seriously. He says be for real about the things that God has placed on the inside of you so people can see your growth, so people can see that you're growing, so people can see how God is using you and what God is doing in your life. And when you're serious about your gift, and I don't want to neglect this part because he told him to throw himself into the gift, and I need some people to listen to me on this morning. When you're serious about your gift, now listen to me, and you live right. When you're serious about your gift and you live right, that's powerful. Because there's nothing worse than having a good gift but a bad life. Because when you have a good gift and a bad life, it doesn't matter what you're trying to get across or communicate. If your life does not match your gift or your words, it doesn't mean anything. If your life does not match your gift or your words, at that point you're not ministering to people, but you're fooling and manipulating people. Did somebody hear me on today? If you are operating in your gift without the desire to live right, listen to me. You're no longer depending on God, but you're depending on talent. And people don't know this, but you need to understand there is a difference between a gift and talent. I need some folks to understand this because see what talent is, it benefits you and it gets done what you want to get it done. It's a lot of talented folk out here, but they're not using those talents for Jesus. It is a difference between the two. Now, both of them, don't get me wrong, both of them come from God, but only one carries and invites in the power and the presence of God, and that is your gift. There is a difference between a gifting and talent. Only one comes with the anointing. Only one comes with the power to break down strongholds. Only one comes with the ability to have others running and saying, "What must I do to be saved?" And that is your gift. Talent doesn't come with that. So many folks, we have a lot of folks, we going around here, and I hate how we use this word all the time. Oh, they so gifted and anointed. Where if their life does not match that, they are not gifted or anointed, but they are talented. We just call everybody anointed. No, because not everybody is using their gift and operating their gift and living right. Don't mean people who operate in their gift, don't mean they make mistakes. Don't mean that they don't make any mistakes now. But it means when they do, it hurts. It means that they don't stay in it, but they come out of it. They turn from it. They fear the Lord. But when you don't neglect your gift and you take it seriously and you live right, listen to me on this morning. You will save yourself and others who are under your gift. Do you hear what I said? And that doesn't mean that you have the power to save people, but it means your gift exposes people to the one who has the power to save their souls. See, some of y'all just sitting on your gifts and you don't even know how powerful it is. Your gift, it has the power to keep your eyes on Jesus and to steer other people towards Jesus. That is the power of your gift. It helps save souls. It turns people to Jesus Christ. It builds God's kingdom. That's how important the gifts that God has placed on the inside of you are. Gifts are important. And I want to ask you this question. With us knowing how important gifts are, do you know the gift of gifts that God has placed on the inside of you? Do you know the gift that God has placed on the inside of you? Have you ever sat and asked yourself, what is my gift? Have you? Because you need to know your gift. You need to know your gift because, see, if you don't know your gift, you don't know your calling. If you don't know your gift, you don't know your calling. Your gift is tied to your calling. And every single one of us has a calling on our lives. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. I don't care if you've been saved for 60 minutes, 60 days, or 60 years. Everybody has a calling on their life, and your gift is tied to that calling. So you can't carry out your calling if you don't know your gift. You need to know the gifts that God has placed on the inside of you. If you don't know it's gifts there to stir, you won't stir them. You either won't stir them or you end up stirring the wrong thing. Some of y'all stirring stuff, but it ain't your gifts. You have to stir up our gifts. And if you haven't been taking notes, I want you to get out a pen or get out your phone, and I want you to get this down if you do not know what your gift is. Or even if you do know your gift, maybe you need to be reminded of it. Or maybe God is revealing the gift to you, but you're not sure that it is your gift. Let me tell you, if you don't know what your gift is, I'm going to tell you how you can get that gift. Ask God to reveal it to you. That's the first and foremost. Ask God to reveal the gift that he has placed on the inside of you. You have not because you ask not. We're not asking God to reveal the gift that he has placed on the inside of us. Nobody knows our gifts better than him because he created us and he placed the gifts there. So we need to be asking him. Sometimes we're busy asking mama, daddy, and grandma. They just saying what they think. Now God can speak through them, but I want to know. And we know our gifts by God revealing them. Ask him. He will. I'm telling you, he will. But see, this is the thing. See, we're busy worrying about it, asking God about things that don't matter, that we don't even, we forget, and we don't ask about God the things that do matter. I don't see how in the world we can ask God for the physical things and the tangible things, but then we don't ask God about the spiritual things. Do you understand me? If you are praying about houses and cars and monies and promotion, but you're not praying, what is my gift? Something's wrong. So much of the stuff that we pray for, it only benefits us, but your gift, it benefits other people. So ask God to reveal the gift to you. The next thing that you need to do, okay? The next thing you need to do is you need to serve. You need to get in church and work if you want to know what your gift is. Are you listening to me on today? Because we can't keep saying no to everything the pastor asks us to do or people ask us to do, because if you're not in the church working, you'll never learn your gift. Most people, they come to church out of tradition, out of obligation. You know, this is what a good Christian is supposed to do. We come to church to be entertained and not serve, and that's why we don't know our gifts. We come to church to come in and feel good because we went to church and go home, but we're not serving. Get in some things, do some things, and you may find like, hey, I like this, I'm good at this. That may be your gift. Maybe your gift. If you're not working, if you're not serving, you probably don't know what your gift is. People who know their gift, they serve. They do. So get in, connect yourself with the ministry. And when I talk about serve, I'm talking about serving in church. That's where the spiritual things happen, okay? You can serve other places, okay? But I'm talking about serving in church. If you get in and you serve and you work, you'll get your gift. The other thing that I need you to do, and I don't want to step on no toes on this one, but I got to say it. If you want to know your gift, stop looking at other people's gifts. If you want to know your gift, stop looking at other people's gift. Because no matter how hard you try, you cannot walk in somebody else's gifting or calling. Their gift is their gift, and your gift is your gift. Do you understand that on today? You can try all you want to, but if that is not your gift, it's just not going to work. God has placed something specifically that he wants you to do. Do you understand what I'm saying on today? You have to keep your eyes on your gift, not somebody else's. Because a lot of times we get too wrapped up in how well somebody else does their gift. We get too wrapped up in how well somebody else preaches. We get too wrapped up in how well somebody else sings or prays or teaches. We get too wrapped up how the crowd responds to somebody else's gift. We get too wrapped up in the compliments that they get. Oh, it just seems so effortless. It does, because more than likely it's easy to them and they're good at it because they have found their gift and they have stirred it up, and you can do the same things if we got out of other people's gifts and out of other people's calling and start stirring that thing up. And to be honest, when we talk about folks wanting other people's gifts and all up in other folks' calling that's not theirs, I think church folk, okay? Now listen to me. I think church folk, people who go to church regularly, I think we have played a part in that. Why do you say that, Pastor? Why do I say that? Because we do a great job of promoting what I call the upfront gifts. We do a great job of promoting the upfront gifts. Now, what are the upfront gifts? The preaching, the singing, the musicians. We do a great job of promoting those things. We shower all the praise on the preachers and the singers and the musicians. They get all the attention, so everybody wants to be that, whether it's their gift or not. We only encourage everybody, if you grew up in church, mama and daddy always preacher, and we got a singer or be a musician. But when was the last time we walked up to the usher and we said, you sure doing a good job today? When is the last time we walked up to the man or the woman doing the announcement and said, man, you speak so eloquently. You sound so good. I just love the way you do the announcements. When was the last time we went to the person that cleaned the church and we said, thank you so much for having our church looking good and smelling good? Because see, this is what we don't understand. That the pastor, the musicians, whoever cleans the church, the announcements, whatever it is, we're all working as one. Do you understand what I'm saying? If we keep praising the people out front, but we're not praising the person cleaning up the church, don't nobody want to come to no stinking, nasty, dirty church. Do you understand what I'm saying? And me preaching and giving my gift to nobody. We all work together to build God's kingdom. So if you will ask God to reveal your gift, and if you will begin serving in the church, and if you will get your eyes off of other people's gift and calling, you'll know yours. You will know yours. I need you to know your gift on today. I need you to stir that thing up right now. I want to give you some bonuses, okay? And I'm almost done here, but I want to teach this thing because I need people to start operating in their gift. You might know that it's your gift if you have a passion for it. You might know this is your gift if you have a passion for it. That means you have a burning desire to do it. When you are up doing this particular thing, that you feel the passion on the inside of you. And not only do you feel the passion, but other people feel the passion too. You're passionate about it. You're so passionate about it, you would do it for free. If you're not passionate about it, God probably hasn't called you to do it. If you don't have the desire to put in the work it takes to get better, it's probably not your gift. If your attitude is, and I'm just being real on this morning, if your attitude is that if you do it good, if you don't do it good, it's probably not your gift. If it is your gift, you are passionate about it. Not only you're passionate about it, but you're good at it. It is your gift. It may be your gift if you're good at it. God is not going, when we talk about a gift, he's not going to place something on the inside of you you're not good at. Okay, that doesn't make, it's actually counterproductive. And I'm just being real on today. If you're not good at it, it's probably not your gift. Now, ain't nobody saying you can't do it. I'm just telling you it ain't your gift. So what do I mean by that? If you can't sing, it probably ain't your gift. It don't mean you can learn to do it. That's fine. But you just need to know that's not your gift. That is not where you're going to make the most impact. I'm not saying that you can't sing in a choir. I'm just telling you that's not where you're going to make your impact. If you're not good at handling finances in your household, you probably don't have the gift of handling finances in the church. You are good at your gift. It's almost like, doesn't mean that you don't practice, but it's almost like it's natural to you. It's almost like it's second nature. Sometimes you don't even have a clue as to why you can do it. You don't know why you can do it, and you're good at it because God has placed it in you. He's called you to do it. He has anointed you to do it. Stir up your gift. I need you, and I went through those things because I need you to know your gift. People need for you to know your gift. God has placed this gift on the inside of you. He has blessed you with this gift. He has trusted you with this gift. He has trusted you to take this gift and operate in it. He trusted you with the gift so you can begin to stir it up. And I believe that today is the day, it is the right time for you to start stirring up the gift that God has placed in you. I need you at this moment to ask God to reveal your gift so you can begin stirring that thing up. And the old saints used to say, it's getting late in the evening, and one day Jesus is going to crack the sky. And I want to be found. I can't speak for everybody, but I want to be found faithfully stirring my gift for his people and his kingdom, because I want to hear him say, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Is it anybody out there that wants to hear Jesus say, well done, thou good and faithful servant? Well, I have good news for you. He has already set you up for success. He has set you up to hear it. He has done his job by placing the gift in you. Now you need to do your job and stir it up. Stir up the gift. Somebody out there in the evil world needs you to stir up your gift. There is somebody, I don't know where you go to church. If you go to church here, wherever you go to church, there is somebody every single Sunday that walks through the doors that needs you to get serious about your gift and stir your gift up. No more coming into church and just getting up preaching. I'm not doing it. Stir your gift. Throw yourself into it. There's no more getting up on the stages of churches and just singing and just going through the motions and doing it. That is not what we're here for. We are here to minister to people and to impact people. And we can't impact people up here. Lord, I lift your name on high. Don't nobody want to hear that. We can't make impact preaching and teaching and unprepared. Do you understand me on today? We have to, as Paul said, we have to throw ourselves into it. Fan the flames of your gift on today. It's what God desires for you to do. If you don't know your gift, do the things that I said to you. If you know your gift, stir it up. Fan the flames. Because we're going to take our homes back. We're going to take our families back, our schools back. We're going to take our young men and women back. Our gifts and God working through us, we're going to put the enemy on the run. Do you hear me on today? I want you to desire to make impact and grow and build God's kingdom. And those special, awesome gifts that you have on the inside of you, they're going to do it. And so I want to pray. want us to bow our heads in faith right now and go to a God who is able. Father, you have spoken to us on today. You've spoken a mighty word over us. You reminded some that they needed to stir up that gift. That we've been sitting on it. That we've been playing with it. And you let us know that you desire for us to stir it up. There's something that you need to be, that needs to be done, that you want done in this earth. And so you told people to stir up their gift in this season, Father. I feel that you are going to do great things in this place, and gifts need to be stirred in this place. From the front of the church to the back of the church, the gifts need to be stirred. Father, whatever you're doing in this season, don't do it without me. Whatever you are doing in this season, don't do it without us. Don't do it without Florida United Holy Church. We're stirring up our gifts right now, Father. Use us right now, Father. Use churches around this community, around this world, God, right now, so that lives will be changed and people will be saved, so people can see Jesus Christ. And Father, I pray for those who don't know their gift or they're unsure about their gift. Father, I ask right now that you would begin to just reveal what it is that you desire for them to do. God, right now, reveal to them the special gift that you have placed on the inside of them. Father, I just don't want to ask for them. I ask that when they get down to pray, that even right now, that they're saying, God, I need you to reveal your gift to me. Allow us to accept our gifts. No matter how big or small it seems, allow us to accept it and walk in that gift. Father, not only do we need our gifts to be stirred, but there are other things that we need, Father. There's some people who stand in the need of some serious stuff, God. There are people that backs are against the wall. There are people who are facing health challenges. People who are facing financial challenges. There are people who are facing relationship challenges. There are people with low self-esteem. There are people out there that don't see themselves how you see them. God, and we need you to move. We need you to touch. We need you to have your way right now. We believe that you're bigger than relationship trouble. We believe that you're bigger than financial trouble. We believe that you're bigger than a doctor's report. And right now we stand on your word. We ask in faith that you will make it all right. God, give the people what they need right now. Give them an abundance of what they need right now. And by faith, we receive it. By faith, we reach out and we grab what we need right now in the precious name of Jesus Christ. Allow us to understand that you don't want us to be where we are. That you hear us and that you see us and that you're moving. Give us the strength to hang in there until we see our deliverance and our breakthrough. Father, we give you all the glory, honor, and praise. And it's in your precious Son's name, Jesus, that we pray and ask all of these things. Amen. I hope you enjoyed the message on today, but I want you to take it. And I want you to apply it. And I want you to stir up your gift. It is important that you do that, all right? Thank you so much for watching and joining us here on today. Man, I'm so excited about what God is doing. I don't know if you all saw the Facebook post, but you know that we're opening up the doors to this church on next Sunday. Man, I missed y'all so much. And I want to see you when things are finally getting back to where we can gather. We're still doing the social distancing and a mask and all of those things, but I'm looking forward to seeing every single one of you here on next Sunday. We'll still be live, but we'll be in the building. Go ahead, get ready to come, invite somebody else, bring somebody with you, and let's have a good time in this place. Until next Sunday, man, I speak God's blessings over you, God's protection over you and your family. I love you so much. Goodbye.